guess that's as close as I'm gonna get. Okay. Hey, everybody. All right. I'm gonna try to do this quick. I have my haul ready. I've been talking about this haul since, I don't know, maybe a couple days now, and I finally got all of the items in. So I'm gonna just go through them kind of quick, and yeah. So, because I don't want this to be long, I'm aiming for like 30 minutes. So I'm just gonna kind of run through them. So I'm gonna start with my stuff from Amazon first, since that's just what's at the top of the pile. So um, I had got an Amazon gift card for my birthday. So the first thing I went and got was some nibs for my Toolie paint pens, and I got a different size. The size I normally have is the extra fine nibs, which are these. These are the extra fine ones, and they are extra fine. So these are the ones that I normally have. And then these fit in the extra fine markers. They tell you um, on the back here, it says, well, there it is, fits extra fine pens. So I'm mainly hoping to put these in the ones that are leaking a little bit to see if it will absorb some of that. And that's my plan. But also I'm hoping to use these for kind of some bigger areas. So we'll see. Another thing, and I probably should have gotten some kind of paper to swatch on. But another thing I got was I got two actually. I found two um, marker organizers. So they're like those little things where you slot your markers into, and each one holds 240. So I only opened one instead of one so far, but this is the extra one. And so far the only thing I have in it is my Toolie paint pens. So um, I'm like casually looking around for a piece of paper. Give me a second. I'm just gonna get some old copy paper. Uh, Taylor, hey Taylor. So the only thing I have in it is my Toolie art, and then um, it's almost full. I have about 3 or like 2.5 rows left, and then I'll open the other one. So another thing I got is another um, airtight palette, and they didn't have the one that excuse me, I normally get. But I think this is either the same brand and they just changed the color of it, or a different brand and it's pretty similar. I'm assuming similar, because this one you can remove the little things, which I'm not sure I like, because they keep sticking, hi Amy, to the top of this, and it's kind of annoying. And I want to take it out, but the purpose of this thing is so it can be airtight. But you can remove the little pans, which is nice. It holds 15, so not all of my Holbeins are gonna fit in here, but I'm gonna put probably like the main colors in there, or I'll probably move my Turners over to this one. Um, and then once I use these up, I'll put my Holbeins in here or something. I might just put a couple Holbein colors in here. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but I got another one because I do like these. They're really small, and you can just put your colors in there, and you can take a water brush with you and use them. So that's the plan for that. moving on, and I'm moving kind of quick because I don't want to be on here. I'm aiming for 30 minutes, so, or less if I can. I got these, I guess they're by Biango, Biano, Bianyo, Bianyo, I don't know. Anyway, they're fine liner pens, and I guess it's supposed to be like a Copic dupe for the multi-liners. But I got it in sepia, and I was just looking for some waterproof fine liner pens. And so these are light, fast, waterproof, and fade proof. I don't know how true that is, but they do come in different sizes. So I have a 0.8, a 0.5, a 0.3, which is what I use the most, 0.1, and a super small 0.05. So I'm just going to use the biggest one. And these are the, it's B, oh, they feel nice, IANYO fine liners pens. And I have it in sepia. Okay, let me zoom in so you guys can see. That's a start. So it is a pretty nice dark brown. I do like this. I only have like one, no, I have two browns in the Copics. So now I have some more browns, but in different sizes. Because I have brown in the Copics, and then I also have sepia. So I'm hoping they dry fast, that they actually are waterproof. That way I can use like my watercolors and stuff on top of them, or my gouache, whichever I feel like using, and I won't have to worry about the ink kind of bleeding over into it. So that's those. Moving on in the line of pens, I also seen these when I was looking for fine liner pens, and these are the Ohuhu fine liner pens, but these are the liquid, so you can actually see the ink on the inside of these. And I just got them in black. I think they have Ohuhu has fine liners that are in color, but they're like really bright colors, and I don't think I'm going to be lining anything in really bright colors. So I was like, I'll just get black for now, and if I really like them, then I'll go back for the colored ones. These have the sizes on top of the pen. So I have a brush, a 0.03, a 0.05, a 0.1, a 0.2, 3, 5, 6, and 8. I use 0.3 the most, and then 0.5. I typically don't use these bigger sizes, but you know. But anyway, you can see the ink in the barrel. Well, you guys probably can't because it just seems so dark. It's dark and it's early and it's windy and it's weird, and we're under a fire watch. So I'm doing the best I can with the lighting because we're under all kind of stuff over here. It's dry and it's hot and it's just weird. Hey, view. So yeah, fire watch, fun, right? So that's what it looks like when you open it, and it has like that control ink thing there. And so whoa, this one has so much ink coming out. What size is this? This is the 0.6, and it's bigger, or it's releasing more ink than the than that 0.8 in the Biango, or whatever those things are. But it does feel nice. But it's really thick. So that's kind of cool for when I need, you know, a super thick lining, I guess. But I have to be careful because it seems like they're thicker than what they normally are. And so since I normally use the 03, I'm probably gonna have to go down to like 01 or something with these. But I do like them. It's nice, thick, black ink. But these don't dry as fast, so you have to be careful, because I know if I smear my hand across that, it's gonna smear. Another thing I got, I'm gonna move this out the way now, because that's as far as I got with pens. I didn't order any other pens, because I mean, one was a 5 set and one was, I think, 8 or 9. So that's enough of that. All right, next thing I got, I've been on a quest to look for like different watercolor paper and watercolor sketchbooks. So I have now 3 cold press sketchbooks. So I actually got the Bao Hung Academy watercolor paper pad, but I got it in hot press. At least it's supposed to be. It's also supposed to be 100% cotton. When I ordered it, it said hot press. I don't know. It's not in English, but when I ordered it, it said hot press. So it's supposed to be hot press. Hi, Linda. So I did order that, and it's in the 5x7 size. Even though, I mean, it says 7 by 4.9, but basically 5x7. I'm not gonna open it just a second. I'll probably do a separate video for this so we can test the paper together. And I want to test, I'll just use, because I get, I think, 20 sheets or something like that. So I'll use one of them as a test sheet, and we'll do like, we'll test the gouache, the acrylics, and the watercolor, and see what it feels like. So this one's just a block, so it's all like, it's glued on the sides and possibly the front, and you just, you know, you do what you do on it, and then you take the paper off. So that's that. And hopefully I can find a watercolor paper that I like. Hang on a second, guys. Okay, every time I get ready to start these things, my nose start running, so I had to like clean my nose. Okay. Anyway, also along the lines of that, I did get another watercolor sketchbook. This one's got something on it, but anyway, it's just the plastic. This one is also supposed to be 100% cotton, hot press. It's the Lightwish brand, and it's the square size, which is what I'm used to. It's a little smaller than my sketchbook. It's 7.5 by 7.5. Yeah, the hot press is smoother, or it's supposed to be. We can open this one. Let's open this one, because this is probably the one I'm going to test first. Anyway, so I won't test it today, but we'll open it and touch the paper. Plus, I want this plastic off because it's got something on it and it's kind of gross. So, let's see. So it's got like a shiny cover paper on it. Oh, it is definitely smoother. Yep. I mean, you can still see a little texture, but it's definitely smoother. Oh yeah, this is gonna be, I think I'm gonna like this. I can just feel my paintbrush gliding across this book. But I'm not gonna get too excited right now because, you know, We're just opening it right now. Okay. All right. So that was it from Amazon. Now I'm gonna go through the items that I got with my Blick gift card, because I got a gift card for Blick for my birthday too, and that order finally came. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like that. Definitely. Okay. So, um, I was excited for this Blick order, and I was like sitting waiting at the door, and it literally yesterday when I was walking out the door, like literally like key in the knob still, I turn around and I see the FedEx guy, and I'm like, "Ooh, are you for such and such?" And he's like, "I am. Are you such and such?" And I'm like, "I am." And I was so excited, and I was like, "Dang, I can't even open it because I'm like walking out the door for work." But I knew, I was like, okay, I was like, it's going to be there when I get home. At least I know it's there. So, stop tempting, Linda. It's nice. It feels nice. I'm just saying, and it wasn't expensive. Neither one of those were expensive. I think the Bao Hung one was like $8, 8 or 9, and the watercolor journal I do believe was 19 or something like that. But you have to be careful because the Light Wish one, they have two. They have the brown one and they have a green one. You have to make sure you get the green one because the green one is hot pressed, the brown one is cold pressed. Okay. The number one thing that I was determined to get off of Blick was this bad boy. This is a Stay Wet palette, which is exactly what it sounds like. It keeps the paint fresh and wet for longer. And because I use like acrylic gouache, this will help me not have to paint so fast for starters. Um, I can kind of paint at my own pace. And then if I don't feel like finishing my painting, I can put the lid on it and it can stay workable for days, sometimes weeks, depending on, how much you got in here and how wet the sponge is. So I definitely, hey Christina, how are you? How was Luna's birthday? Um, I definitely needed this. I needed this so bad because I was just putting them in the ceramic plate and it was drying very fast, and I don't work that fast, but I was being forced to work fast because I didn't have a choice because the paint was drying. So I got that, and then I got some of the refill papers because I think it comes with 5 sheets of paper, and I don't know. I plan on painting quite a bit, so I don't know how often I'm going to be needing to change the paper. And the paper was on sale, so I was like, well, let me get the paper too while I'm at it. Um, I was looking to get an extra sponge refill, but they didn't have any, or they didn't have them in stock. So I'll have to get back with that a little later. But I had to make sure that I got the palette in the tray because I definitely needed that. Oh, nice. I'm glad she had a good birthday. That's good. So, yes. And then another thing along the lines of painting, um, masking fluid. I so desperately needed this too because sometimes or most of the time, all the time so far, I do my backgrounds first and then I do like my characters and stuff. And when I'm doing the background, my characters are kind of just fending for their life in the foreground. And I'm like trying not to get paint on them. So I got some masking fluid. I got it in purple. Apparently this was like a special edition color. Uh, and I was like, purple? Yes, please. And this is small and I'm probably gonna need another one. But I just was like, I'll get one for now, and you know, why not purple? All right, that's coming out as soon as I open it. Let me put that. See, this is why I don't touch things, but that's that. And you guys know purple's my favorite color. So when it was like purple special edition, I was like, yes, need it. So we got that, and I'm just gonna put it on my cart because it's my cart is basically my painting cart at this point. Um, I also got, we only got a few more things, but I got 2 more of those brushes. Um, I had to search high and low for these things because I wasn't sure what they were called or what they were. Because the 2 that um, I got them for my birthday. They're over here somewhere. Where are they? Oh, over here because I was using them. So, this one's a little strange. I'm not really sure. I think this is just like a liner or something. I haven't quite figured out what to use this one for. But I got a nice thin one, and so I got these 2 for my birthday. So I was like, you know what? Let me get 2 more, but then I realized I didn't know what they were called, so I had to hunt for them based off of what they look like, which fine. But I was able to find them, so I got a round in a size, I believe 6 or 8 or something like that. 6, yeah. So I got a round, and this one is a bit longer. As you can see, it's a bit longer than the other ones. I didn't do that purposely. I think that's just how it comes, but it still feels kind of nice. It gives extra resting room, and it has like a nice little grip on it. So I like that. And then I got another kind of like little liner one. And this is a 2. And for a minute, I thought I already had this one, but I was like, no, this one seems bigger. And it is. It's like I think it's a filbert or something, but it's in a size 2. It's not a liner. It's like a filbert or something. But I got that. Just different sizes and textures to play with. I hate these little plastic things. They stick on there. I know it's to keep the brush like shape and everything, but they annoy me a little bit. But yeah, so I got 2 more paintbrushes. So now I have 4. I'm trying to just get like different varying sizes and stuff. So I do like these. So I got 2 more of those. My favorites so far are the Princeton Snaps. And I also have 4 of these. So now I have 4 of each. I used to get these at Joann's when me and my mom would go. I would just get one. I don't know why, because they're really cheap. If I can read this still, this was $4.50 for one of these. And I would go in Joann's and I would just get one every time. But and then when I would go, like the last, like when, you know, the last time I went looking for them, when me and my mom went, they didn't have them anymore. They wasn't carrying them. But yeah, they're usually blue or light green. Yeah, I love the purple. I was like, and it says special edition too on the bottle. All right, next thing I got is silver and the acrylic gouache. So now I have like I think an antique gold or something. This is my gouache. This isn't the acrylic gouache. I think it's like an antique gold or some kind of gold it's called. Yeah, antique gold. So I have antique gold, and now I have silver. I'm not going to swatch it right now, maybe later. But I did get a nice silver. It looks pretty. Oh, yeah, it looks nice. Okay, but I'm not going to swatch it. We're not going to swatch it right now. We're just opening right now. So there's that. And I'm going to leave it on my desk because I do need to swatch it before I toss it in the cart. All right, last 2 things I got. And the first one is going to be the Sumo Grip mechanical pencil. And I have more than one mechanical pencil, but I have one that I use like all the time. And I was like, I need another one because I almost lost that thing one day and it almost gave me a heart attack. So I got a different one, and this one has like a really cool, nice, soft grip. And it feels really good. And then it comes with like this eraser that you kind of, spin up and down. I don't know how good the eraser is. I'm assuming really good because this is the Sakura brand. So I'm assuming that eraser is excellent, and I'm also assuming I can probably get refills for it. I am gonna switch the lead out in here because I think it's just regular HB lead, and I don't use HB lead at all. I use yeah, it feels nice, but I know this is HB lead and it smears. So I'm gonna swap it out for my Uni smudge proof lead that is 4H simply. And I started to keep it in here, but I was like, no, this smears, and I do a lot of pencil stuff, so I'm gonna actually swap it out for the smudge proof lead. Because as soon as I ran my finger over it, I don't know if you guys can see, but it did smear. And when I draw, sometimes I go like this part hits, and yeah, so I have to switch it out. Otherwise, my sketchbook will be a big smudgy mess. And the last thing I got is this here, and I'm gonna have to zoom out. This is the Art Creation. It's the Talons Art Creation sketchbook. Um, I hear a lot of people talking about this sketchbook, and I was determined to get one. And I also was determined to get one in a bigger size, because I kind of want to use this as my catch-all sketchbook. So like when I'm learning how to draw something, it'll go in here. Um, Kind of like my memory refreshing book. So like for example, if I want to learn how to draw like a frog, then I'll do like a page of frogs. And then if I ever need to reference it, it'll be in here. That's what I want to use this book for. It's 80 sheets, and it's only 94 pounds. So I probably won't be doing too much in this book as far as like gouache and stuff like that. I can probably get away with my paint markers, but as far as like anything too heavy, this paper is not um heavy enough for that. So but I've seen people use all kinds of materials in here, so you can use it. I've seen people use watercolors and paint markers and gouache and all kinds of stuff in these books. They're not expensive. I think this book was 14, if I can remember correctly, and they have different colors, different sizes. Um, wow, you got a ton of sketchbooks for your birthday. Yes, yes, I won't need any sketchbooks for a while. Yeah, oh, this paper's interesting. It's like a cream color, but it's smooth. It also lays flat. I got half of mine to take this one to work with me today. But I won't because I need to work in my other one. But I like this paper. This is actually really good for like um, my reference drawing ideas that I have in my head. Um, and I just kind of I'll probably skip these 2 pages. There we go. So like I can do a page of whatever it is I'm trying to learn for the day, or 2 pages, and it'll just be like my study because I can't put water in here. This seems pretty thin, and I already know what it's gonna do. So, and it's gonna bug me. So, pen, I can probably use like marker in here, paint marker, regular marker. I can even use my Copic markers and then just use one side. But I won't be probably putting any water in here. But I actually like the way this paper feels. And it feels like if I fill this up with like different little things to draw, like it would just feel like something that you would pull off a library shelf and just kind of like flip the pages. It feels really nice. Now I see why people are kind of addicted to these books. And I see a lot of people, they like paint on their covers and stuff. I probably won't do that. I'm just gonna stick stickers all over mine because that's what I do with my sketchbooks. Um, so I can't wait to get into this one. And it's funny too because I wanted to learn how to draw like different potion bottles and stuff. So I will probably, that'll probably be the first page. And then once I learn how to draw the potion bottles, I actually wanted to paint some of them. And I was going to do it in my Strathmore book, which is about the same size. It's a little smaller than this one, but not be scared and actually do a page of potions in here. So I am good on sketchbooks, and I was thinking of doing a. I have like a bunch of different sketchbooks and a bunch of different like paper types. So I might do a video on like the different paper types and stuff, but I like the way this sketchbook feels. And honestly, I'm trying to figure out like, okay, I know this is going to be like my reference one. Um and then I have this one for when I finish my main sketchbook. So this will be my new main sketchbook, and this will be like my reference one. This is a little bit smaller than this one. It's a lot smaller actually. So as you can see, it's a lot shorter, and a good part weighs thinner, skinnier. So, but this one does have more paper. It is thicker, but we'll see. That'll be my next main sketchbook, but that's not until I finish the one I have. And then, oh, and then I'm also in this one. So I'll be in like 3 sketchbooks. We'll probably work on some of this tomorrow, because this shouldn't take too much longer. I just have like the stuff on the table and figure out what color Bo's gonna wear and stuff like that, and then move on to the next image. But yeah, so I'll be in a bunch of different sketchbooks, which I'm cool with. I've been waiting on this haul. I'm excited. I can't wait to put my gouache in my palette and try a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, that's it. That's what I've been like hounding down the delivery people for. And you know, you guys will see me using this stuff a little later, but I just wanted to unbox it. Well, it was already unboxed, but I wanted to, you know, show you guys what I got. All right. I'll probably be on later before work, maybe. But if not, then I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll figure out something to do. Probably paint. But that's it. Thanks for coming. Bye, guys.